This is our devotional. I was at home and I couldn't get I couldn't broadcast, so I'm at the office now, which is great. I read Genesis 37 yesterday and had an insight, and it's very simple. I think this is a meditation that is acceptable. In Genesis 37, we have the story of Joseph and his brothers, and their idea to get rid of Joseph. So this is in chapter 37. You can read, and they put him in a pit, and they took his coat of many colors, bloodied the coat, gave it to their dad, and their dad was so heartbroken. I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning. Thus his father wept for him, in verse 35 of chapter 37. What strikes me here is that the brothers know it's not true, and they see their dad crying. It'd be so normal to say, "Dad, we're sorry, we're misleading you. Joseph is alive. Joseph, we sold him as a slave down to Egypt. Joseph is alive. Dad, we can go get him. Or Dad, we can go together. We're very sorry for what we have done." But they didn't do that. When you see your father heartbroken and your father weeping, the natural or normal thing would be to console him, comfort him, and give him the truth. But they kind of look at each other. The brothers are there knowing their dad's heart is broken, but their hatred for Joseph was so great, and their desire to get rid of him was so great that they would even break their father's heart. That's interesting. That's interesting. That the hatred that people have, even for our country, the United States of America, their hatred is so great, they would even see damage here. They would break the heart. They would actually want to see it destroyed. Why? It doesn't seem normal. It doesn't seem right. But that's how a lie can go. That's how pride goes. That's how hatred goes. There's something here beautiful about observing the need to be broken before God, to be open before God, to be honest with God. To say, I hate my brother, maybe that would be a good starting point. I hate Joseph. I hate his arrogance. I hate he has these dreams. We are submitted to him. We envy him. What a great thing to bring all of these emotions before God and say, God, forgive me. I am wrong. God, forgive me. And for God to make us clear in our hearts and our minds with these emotions. And confession is probably at the heart of it. 1 John 1, 7-9. To make our confession, to admit, to agree, and to say to Dad, Jacob, in this story, Dad, you know how much we have hated Joseph. You know how much we have envied him. You favored him. He had a coat of many colors. You know how much we wanted to get rid of him. We did it. We are sorry. We are sorry. We are wrong. God, fill us, create in me a clean heart, renew a right spirit in me. Show me the way. And then to be a comfort for Jacob, to be encouraging him, to be encouraging each other. Sibling rivalry is undoubtedly a big issue. Jealousy, envy, these things have to be. So that's the devotional. Actually, 38 shows us and this was really the main point, when in 38 Judah, who was involved in 37 with Joseph being sold as a slave, he leaves. It came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Adullamite whose name was Hira. So he made a friend, but he was a Canaanite. He made a friend. So Judah leaves the family, so to speak. Leaves his brethren and goes to have a friendship with a Canaanite. Sometimes trouble, unresolved issues lead into more trouble. And I make a bad decision to leave the brethren. I make a bad, because my jealousy, my lack of transparency, my refusal to comfort my father and tell him the truth leads me to depart from my brothers, and I make a friendship with a unbeliever, another people. I make a friendship with somebody in Canaan. And that's what Judah did. And then that chapter is about a lot of trouble that Judah got into. So some problems will precipitate other problems that may precipitate other problems. And it would be great to go back to the very deepest issue here and deal with it. Deal with it. Yes, Lord. Help us deal with it. Okay? That's for our advice and counsel. Read Genesis 37 with an eye on what's really going on in those relationships, and 38. Okay. Amen. God bless you.